Hello everybody, we are on the third video for the on how to design a horizontal scroll conveyor, which is the step 5 and 6. Step 5 is the selection of component and bearing series. So still using on this design data and the computed data that we gather, and also on this bulk material table. So based on the standard with the corresponding bulk material, so the component bearing series is either C1 or C2. So moving on, step 5.1, selection of component series: screw, the trough, and the cover. So the recommended component series for brewery, distillers, grain, wheat spent is series C as listed in the bulk material table. So because these materials are dense, abrasive, and sluggish when compared to series E and B bulk materials. So series C belongs to heavy duty construction category. So this is to prevent excessive maintenance or downtime. And this also consists of heavy duty screws, troughs, and covers. So sectional screws and form plan troughs are recommended for series C bulk materials. So you can see this on the page 18 of engineering guide. So based on the type of bulk material, so the type of series that we select for the sectional screws and form troughs, flange troughs, is series C. So since we already have the screw diameter, which is 12 inches, so the length of the screw conveyor is 16 feet. So this design is constructed by carbon steel, as what we considered during on the second video on steps 3 and 4. So based on the table, so component series table, since we have the screw diameter of 12 inches and shaft diameter of 2 inches, so the cover thickness is 14 gauge. So for the series C type of screw conveyor, so based on this, so we have a sectional screw number, as the standard is 12 is 416. So this is the code of the screw conveyor, the sectional, since we considered is sectional screw because of the series that our design is the series C. So the throw thickness minimum of 3/16 of an inch, 3/16. So as you can see on the highlighted red data, so those are the data that are selected for this type of or design of screw conveyor. Step 5.2 is the selection of component series, the screw. So as we can see on the previous, we get also the data. So here is the sectional screw and flighting. So that's the data or the design or the based on the series C that we consider. So since we have already the screw diameter of 12 inch and the pitch is 12 inch, because we considered on the previous video, the first one is in step 1 to step 3, we standard pitch, we consider standard pitch. So standard pitch is the pitch diameter and the screw diameter is equal. And based on also on this data, so the standard pitch single ply screws have the outside diameter equal to the pitch, and the most common screw type used is for horizontal screw conveyors until the inclines of up to 10 degrees. So since our design, the needed screw conveyor is horizontal, so it is still safe, the design is safe, and the considered standard pitch and diameter is safe. So the part number of the sectional screw and flighting, so we consider the 12S 416. So the coupling screw diameter is 2 inches, the pipe is 2 1/2. So pipe C outside diameter is 278 inches. So the length is 11 feet. But we not consider the standard length is 11 feet maximum. So since 16 feet, so we can divide in 2 sections. So the diameter tolerance. So I will not elaborate, as you can see on already in the table that those are highlighted with red. So the flight thickness is 1/4 inch. So step 5.3 is selection of component series Trough. So since the screw diameter is 12 inches, so the Trough thickness is 316. So that's the previous slides. So we have the A. So based on the picture, so A, so the dimension is 13 inches, and the B dimension is 7 3/4 inches, and the C based on the drawing is 2 inches. So this is the, we consider this design is the U-Troughs, the TUF 12316 formed flange trough with 316 inch trough thickness. So the TUF 12316 is the standard with a weight per foot in pounds is 29. So this part number is this form. So when you design or when you fabricate or when you purchase, you specify the part number, because during fabrication is using the standard design and the dimensions. So this data will be considered, as you can see on the table. So step 5.4, the selection of component series, the cover. So still same, based on the screw diameter, so 12 inches. So based, as you remember previously, that the thickness of the cover is 14 gauge. So this is the flange. So for the cover, we consider the flange cover with 14 gauge thick cover thickness. So The flange part number on this design is COV12410FL flange cover. So this is the form. So during the publication or design, or you may order the finished one, so you may specify the part number. But if you do the fabrication, the in-house, so based on the drawing and also on the dimensions, as you can see, these are highlighted with red boxes, red color boxes. Step 5.5 is the selection of hanger bearing series. So the recommended bearing materials is 1 and 2 as listed in the bulk material table. So 1 and 2, which is C1 and C2. So the series component is C, and the bearing material series is 1 and 2. So we already selected before, no? Based on the bearing material series 1, 2, the hanger bearings can be nylon, plastic, wood, or ball bearing. So based on the previous video, that we consider is the ball bearing. So series 2, it's ball. So the bearing material is ball. So for this screw conveyor design, we choose the ball for hanger bearing material. Step 5.5. So selection of hanger bearing series. So based on the shaft diameter of 2 inches, so we get, this is the standard bearing with the, as you can see on the drawing, the E is the width or the thickness is 1 and 15/16, almost 2 inches, so 1 and 15/16, and B is 3 and 1/4, 4 and 5/8 ng C. So C is the diameter. C is the outside diameter of the flange bearing, hanger bearing. So the part number is HGBB2. So the considered hanger bearing series is the style B hanger bearing is selected and to be used for the U-Trough hanger or 670 U-Trough hanger. So since the one that the Trough of the screw conveyor is U-Trough that we consider, so this is the type of the bearing. Step 5.6 is the selection of drive-in bearing series. So for this design, we consider the flange roller bearing, so are selected for the drive-in mounting of the screw conveyor. So flange roller bearings are mounted directly to standard Trough ends on the drive end of the screw conveyor. So flange bearing also housing contains 2 sets or tethered bearings that are designed to withstand the thrust or the bulk material being conveyed. So since the shaft diameter is 2 inches, so based on the picture, this is the dimension of the flange bearing. So the standard part number is EBF2R. This is the part number of the flange roller bearing type. Step 5.7 is the selection of tail-end bearing series. So We choose the flange ball bearing as the selected for the tail end mounting screw of conveyor. So for flange bearing are mounted directly to standard through ends on tail end of a screw conveyor. So the ball bearing housing contains one set of ball bearings that are designed to withstand radial loads only. So tail end is, the loading is not so complicated unlike in the drive side. So for 2 inches shaft diameter, so we got the part number of EBF2BB type of ball bearing flange unit. So for the dimensions of each, as you can see on the drawing, so you can refer on the chart. Step 6 is the dimensional layout of screw conveyor. So screw conveyor length 16 feet from center line of inlet to center line discharge. So the conveyor degree of incline is 0 degrees or horizontal. Shaft diameter is 2 inches. Coupling bolts diameter is 5/8 inch. So screw conveyor diameter is 12 inches and screw pitch is standard 12 inches also. So this is the dimensional layout, the drawing. So the publication drawing, this is it. So also below is the dimensions on the screw diameter, the shaft diameter, and also based on the drawing. So for the references of this design, these are the list of the reference I considered before making this design video. So I'm so thankful for their very detailed uh, engineering guide handbooks. So guys, thank you for watching. So please like and subscribe and kindly hit the notification bell so that you can receive other design videos on my channel. So thank you once again, and please subscribe my channel.